Hello and welcome everybody to the semi-finals of the Join Dota League season number 4. My god, I can't believe it's actually season number 4 and the playoffs for it already, but this is the semi-final like already mentioned, a best of 3 series between AlbumSheet and Moscow 5 International. Whoever wins this will be going up into the grand final, the final, where my insanity is waiting for them already. So, in this game, AlbumSheet versus Moscow 5 International, I myself would probably favor AlbumSheet a little bit based on just recent results, but Moscow 5 International definitely is a pretty strong team themselves. We're of course HeflaTV, I'm Coucher, and I'm joined by the Swordfish Man. How you doing?
Hello, man. I'm pretty happy to be here, and yeah, it's definitely an exciting match. There's a lot on the line for both of these teams, and I'm more interested to see what Moscow 5 does, just because they have Screen, and Screen is special. So I'm kind of interested. He's a wild card, and I really want to see if they can put up a good fight. But like you said, Album Sheet is the more stable, state and consistent team, so I would favor them as well.
Yeah, it's like you said, Screen is special, man. Just running the task every now and then, or
Yeah.
well, I say every now and then, but they run it quite often, to be honest. Even so, I'd say there's a high possibility, especially now the task got buffed a little bit as well with the ice shards lasting a little bit longer and whatnot. But Album Sheet, starting with Adventure Spirit and the Puck. Puck, of course, pretty nice hero to help against Brewmaster. Just silence is one of the greater ways to deal with a Brewmaster. At least delay the Primal Split, if not kill him off completely during that silence. And just Vengeful, I think it's one of the more popular supports at this point.
Yeah, it's interesting because Venge. I mean, it was really popular back in TI3 as well, and he kind of got back popular. He didn't get buffed or anything of the sort. I think he just fits in the meta because he's a really consistent support. He's just good at all round, and the physical damage obviously scales really well into late game. So I guess there's that. Interesting support for sure. I'm sure soon teams will, as the meta progresses, they'll start fitting into supports that are less reliable and more risky to fit into certain lineups. But Bench for now is just kind of that support that just fits in everything. So he's gonna be picked for quite a while now.
Yeah, it's probably the best way to put it. Like he like you said, he's just good all around, and that's just being able to rely on a support that much is something that the team. I mean, at least you want to have one of the two supports to be reliable for you. But of course, Moscow 5 also picking up a Witch Doctor, definitely good enough hero in his own right. Just Death Ward. If it's left just unchecked in the team fight, it does a ridiculous amount of damage, especially if you get the Aghanim Scepter upgrade as well. Album Sheet so far though, already with the two heroes, they have multiple ways to just stop the Death Ward. Two to be exact on both heroes. Swap and Magic Missile, and then the Waning Rift and the Dream Coil for Puck, so not gonna be easy for the Witch Doctor to get this ultimate off.
Yeah, I would, if I was Moscow 5, I'd probably get some sort of setup, be it an Enigma, even a Void, something of the sort. I think in this case, Witch Doctor is just not a good support solo. I mean, they could run it just solo, but I would get some setup. The interesting thing, though, is Album Sheet banned Pugna, which is a hero we never see right now. Why do you think they banned this hero?
I think they're incoming, I'm not too sure, I really have no idea what to think of the Pugna. I don't think Moscow 5's lineup so far, I just cannot feel the vibe of just like massive pushing or anything like that either, so it must be just some inside information from like scrims or something. I can't really think of anything else.
Yeah, could be. It's inside information.
I mean,
I don't.
otherwise it's just the Pugna. I don't feel like Moscow 5 we're gonna go for it. I mean, maybe, but or
No,
Album Sheet. I guess Puck does like to spam his spells and use the mana quite a lot. I don't know. We'll see, man.
Yeah, and the Omniite ban, very unconventional ban. Album Sheet definitely has something planned, I think. Now picking up the Ancient Apparition. Good combo with Vengeful Spirit, really powerful early game as well. Obviously with the Dream Coil and Tusk for Screen.
Yeah, can't say it's overly surprising to be honest.
No.
Also, a little bit of extra lockdown with the Snowball, but Album Sheet going for a Slark now as well, so an extremely slippery hero. Just Ice Shards, doesn't care too much about those, can pounce over them anyway if need be and whatnot, so a nice hero to have for Album Sheet for sure. And the Omni-Knight ban, I was thinking like, how can Witch Doctor get off a Death Ward? I guess you can just be repelled, although Omni-Knight isn't that popular. Definitely a bit more so than he used to be a couple of weeks ago. You see Omni Knight every now and then, just picked up. Maybe in a support role, maybe offlane, something like that. But Moscow 5 now, they most likely have their two supports. They have potentially a Brewmaster mid lane, can of course go into the safe lane as well. What do they go for next? Do they just pick up Tidehunter offlane, or do they go for like Centaur or something else instead?
I think a Tidehunter would be proper. I would favor Centaur a little more because combines much better with Tusk. I mean, the Tide would work because just works in all situations. They're also missing. I mean, it depends on they want to run Tusk. Probably going to be run in the support position, I hope. And then go for a Troll. That's interesting, actually. Very powerful hero against a Slark because of his blindness. Hard to kill the Slark, but Slark won't be able to hit the Troll much. Should be able to lock down heroes like Puck or Bench, so I like the Troll pick. He's probably going to be played mid, I would say. Brewmaster safe lane, I think, is the best position. Troll mid is actually very powerful.
Yeah, I mean, Troll, all in all, if you just have it in the correct lineup and you have a player that really likes to play that hero and he's comfortable on that, he can do just or get so much accomplished. Of course, also the battle trance with Fervor, excellent for tower pushing as well if you have just a little bit of free time to actually right click there.
Yep.
So not a bad hero to have, like you said, also just blinding the Slark, for example. Now, Moscow 5 banning out a Zeus. I mean, Troll Warlord, I guess, is rather on the squishy side, at least earlier on before you get like a BKB or something. Although, even without the Zeus being on AlbumSheet lineup, I think a BKB is kind of a must anyway for him.
Yeah, he definitely needs to get BKB, but the Zeus can mow him down before he can get that BKB, so I like that ban. Because, usually you don't get BKB that early with Troll, because maybe you go for Mask of Madness sometimes first or something like that. On top of that, Troll, another good thing he has is that he combines with the old Tusk because he doesn't really need that much farm. He really needs Helmet of Dominator and BKB, that's really the only items he needs. So he can go around roaming, ganking for kills with Brewmaster and Tusk, and that's really, I think, what Screen loves to do in his lineups, and Moscow 5 tends to love doing, so that's kind of good. And now the last big problem sheet is going to be a offlaner, most likely. What would you, or actually, sorry, offlaner or carry. What would you pick up here?
I think Tide wouldn't be too bad for themselves either, just between the Dream Coil and the Ravage, excellent teamfight control for them. Just a kind of a tanky frontliner as well, which they are missing at the moment. Centaur could do just as well. I think for AlbumSheet, even a Clockwork wouldn't be too bad. Just set up for easy Ice Blast, easy Cold Feet procs, and everything else as well.
Tide. They're gonna go for the Tide, and I agree with you in those both. The only issue I think with the Clockwork was, against the Troll you kind of die really easily. So I think the Tide is more consistent. Also combines really well with Ancient. Now they have Ancient Apparition. Now they have two ways to set up for that Ice Blast, which is really good. And I mean, it's going to be most likely a surefire Ice Blast most of the team fights if they can do it properly. And now Moscow 5 need one more pickup. It's going to be a carry or a mid. Silencer. And Silencer. Okay, I don't really know what position he's going to be played in.
I guess it might be mid lane still. Not too sure. Since Witch Doctor and Tusk definitely will be support, at least with which players pick them up. So Necroman will be playing the Silencer. It's a little bit something different to go for. Although up against what AlbumSheet has, the Global Silence is going to be excellent in team fights. Before looking at the 4 heroes of Moscow 5 before the Silencer came out, I was like, man, it's going to be rather hard for them to actually team fight into AlbumSheet when the Ravage is up. I mean, Dream Coil not that long of a cooldown, so that's going to be up most of the time anyway. And the Ice Blast flying as well, but now with the Global Silence being there, it actually, at least in the Global Silences of cooldown, might just switch the team fight in their favor with Brewmaster being there with the Primal Split.
Yeah, I completely agree. That Silencer can really turn around team fights quite easily. And that nuking power is nothing to be laughed at either. It can really easily kill the Slark or Ancient Apparition or Venge even in the earlier levels. So I think it's a really good pickup, especially against the Tidehunter and the Puck. Anyway. Should we present the teams, Mr. Coucher?
Yes, so for AlbumSheet, the Apathy will be playing the Slark for the safe lane, leaving Bignam on the support Ancient Apparition with Inquisitor on the Venge, leaving Kingar to play the mid lane Puck, and the last one is going to be Afterlife on the Tidehunter.
As for the Moscow 5, we are going to have Screen as the support Tusk, as always, followed by Please Go Game as the Witch Doctor support, and also ZXC, which will be the carry Troll Warlord. Then in the mid lane, seems like we are going to see a Brewmaster, interesting, played by Slander. And finally, down bottom, as a safe lane carry, or safe lane solo, I suppose, we're gonna see Silencer played by Necroman. Interesting lanes for sure.
Yeah, I guess Troll isn't too bad of a hero for just tri-range because you can switch between the melee and ranged. So that's a nice advantage. I mean, Slark is full melee. Of course, AlbumSheet, they have Chilling Touch. That is extremely scary to go up against. Screen, of course, has killed the Snowball first, so it can be used aggressively and defensively both. I mean, somebody gets gone upon by AlbumSheet, gets like Magic Missile or something, you just pull them into the Snowball, wait it out, and then just try to either escape or go aggressive yourself. So it's nice to have the Snowball if you can just use it properly. But
Yeah.
one thing I'm curious of. No! Ah! I was hoping there's a little Tusk Courier as well for Moscow 5, but not just a frog.
Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed. Maybe it's Screen's courier. Maybe he has it. I don't know.
It might be. Maybe he has it like that the courier changes after it delivers or something.
Yeah, yeah.
I've definitely seen the combination. Just Screen having a mini Tusk bring out items to him.
No, it's beautiful, man. I don't know. Like, it's one of the best things about casting Dota, getting to see that.
that it's like Tusk is the father and the courier is like the son. That's exactly what you make children for them to just carry stuff for you.
Oh,
Easy
Kato,
work, free work, man.
Please never have children, man. No.
Oh, but the Snowball goes out. Inquisitor might be in trouble. Paralyzing Cast will bounce between Apathy and Inquisitor. They're gonna turn things around. First Blood still goes to Moscow 5, but they lose one in return. Almost even gave away First Blood themselves. I mean, it was so unlucky that the Apathy actually was chasing the same direction and making it so that the Paralyzing Cast bounced between them really fast as well.
Yeah.
Still, they get the one counter kill, so it's not all bad.
Yeah, I mean, she lost the core, admittedly for a support, so that's not ideal. Sorry, lost a support for a support, but they did lose First Blood. But it is true that the kills got both on the cores, so that's pretty equal in both. And considering, I mean, there was no rotation or anything of the sort, I don't think AlbumSheet really came out badly out of that one. I think this is the issue, though. Moscow 5 is a really strong tri-lane, really strong offensive tri-lane because of those Tusk mainly, and also Troll Warlord can deal a lot of damage. But then you have the Chilling Touch that you talked about before, which it means that it's kind of hard to go on these heroes without getting a counter killed.
Chilling Touch is just... It is
insane.
ridiculous. The damage output of it is almost second to none early on. And it's not too easy to account for it either, just because it feels like just right clicks are flying at you. Suddenly it's like, oh goddamn, like a third of my HP is gone with one right click or something. So it's definitely not too easy to take into consideration. Of course, the cooldown of it isn't all that short either. But probably before Moscow 5 go for once again an initiation, it's probably going to come off cooldown. Looking at the other lanes though, Afterlife, pretty low on HP already on the Tidehunter. Of course, he has lots of regeneration. 7 tangos, a healing salve as well. So he should still be fine. Silencer, of course, has a magic stick picked up against Anchor Smash, only makes sense. But did go for the first point into Glaze of Wisdom. This pure damage will definitely just start adding up, and Tidehunter, although he has lots of consumables, still might struggle somewhat. I mean, you cannot really bully out the Silencer just because, well, you just can't get into range, or at least you shouldn't be able to get into range of him.
I think, honestly, if the Tide will constantly be on low health here, I don't think, unless he uses a salve here soon enough or something of the sort, he will constantly be on low health in the bottom lane. I think an easy rotation by the supports, especially a Tusk, could grant a kill on him, because obviously, the Kraken Shell works at 600 damage right now. Level 2 would be 550, but if he's on low health, that's not going to trigger at all. So, they could potentially get a kill here if Necroman keeps this harassment up. But Tide has to be really careful.
As we're post anyway, do you think there should be kind of like an indicator on the Kraken Shell, like where the damage threshold is at currently? Or at least for the spectators, if not for the player himself?
I think for the spectators, maybe that's a consideration. I think it makes it easier on us, especially when you're zooming past the heroes. It's like, oh, look, Tide. But I think for the player, I don't think so, man. I think it's easier this way. Honestly, if you have that little threshold, maybe you obsess about it. It's a little bit more psychological cue. There's a whole new script. I wouldn't want it.
It's just like, for normally it's like a cooldown on a spell. For that, you just have the number that still is left until the threshold is met or something.
I mean, fair enough.
I mean, it would, or you could go a little bit more aggressive in some certain situations when you know your threshold is going to pop anyway before your actual death or whatnot. But it's just a random something to think about, I guess. But the game is unpaused, thankfully for us.
Yep.
But Necroman, as the game unpaused, hit level 2. Immediate last word on Afterlife as well, so forces out the healing salvo already. This definitely not the easiest lane for the Tidehunter. I mean, he's gonna get levels, but not the most farm at least. Usually in a 1v1 matchup, Tidehunter does fairly well for himself in most cases. But wow, another snowball is formed. They're gonna go for the apathy. Not an easy kill by any means. He just bounces over the trees and he's gonna be fine, although is he gonna get chased down? PGG, he's gonna get stunned in return and he's gonna go down for sure. Chilling touch, one more right click, he goes down. As the apathy on the run from ZXC. Gonna escape as well. Ice Vortex will slow them down. The whirling axes don't even connect, so it's a safe retreat. They get the kill, and Slark just not the prime target to go for if you're Moscow 5.
Yeah, I think they got a little greedy there. They thought we can get a kill on the Slark, and obviously he's the most important one. But you can't kill the Slark no matter what you do. This Dark Pact and this Pounce will make sure that you don't kill him. So it's a hard lane, honestly, for Moscow 5. And as the lane progresses, the game progresses, you kind of see they're having a really hard time.
Yeah, and if they fall behind in levels, even if by a little bit, it's just gonna make things a lot harder. As you already saw, Bignum having that Ice Vortex definitely helped out. Just slowed down ZXC so the whirling axis didn't even connect on Slark. Don't think it would have been enough anyway. And oh, Necroman, Kingar, is he gonna go down in return? Don't think so. Phase shifts out the Tower Aggro order though. Never mind, Tower Aggro comes back. Another phase shift. Oh god, it just came off cooldown as he died.
Honestly, in the end, it ended up being equal because, you know, the Puck got the XP and so did the Tide, but that was a rotation by the Puck, means he lost last hits, and Sanser got a kill, so it's not that bad.
Yeah, definitely some free time for Slander in the mid lane as well, who is up to 16 and 4, highest farmer so far, compared to a 6 and 1 Puck. So although Puck was there for the kill, I mean for the assist at least. Oh, never mind, they're switching lanes at the same time by the looks of it. I guess if you're Tide up against Brewmaster, you're definitely gonna do better. And the same for Puck. Puck can just phase shift out the last word damage, for example. So I don't think it's a bad just trade-off. Although Slander already off to a pretty good start as it is. So Afterlife might still be struggling a little bit, but I think it's a pretty just smart change.
What's surprising is that Slander and Afterlife have actually pretty close levels. In fact, yeah, they're actually almost the same level. So that's pretty good actually. The Afterlife has been doing a really good job in the bottom lane to keep the EXP up. Whereas in the top lane, you can see that they're already falling behind. That's really bad. Slark is already almost level 4. Meanwhile, the Troll is, I mean, it's close. It's halfway there. Tusk is still level 2. Not good.
Yeah, at least they got the small side pull through there, so they're trying to deny something or anything at all. But it's definitely the tri lane. I mean, at least they've gotten like 1 kill, but they were hoping for more, I think. Especially with the second snowball not working out. This time around, though, Screen, he has himself Ice Shards as well, almost about to hit level 3 now. Can either go for Ice Shards, more points into it, maybe go into Snowball, although usually Snowball is left at 1 most cases.
Yeah.
So they can definitely go for the aggression, but they just have to go for the Vengeful or the Ancient Depression, either or. They definitely shouldn't initiate on the Slark.
Yeah, I think... I mean, the Slark is just the target you really want, because in the case that you lose the Troll, at least you got the Slark or something of the sort. But obviously at the same time, he can just leave whenever he wants. And I mean, Bignum and Inquisitor are doing a really good job here of not ever coming near the lane. Just pulling constantly, staying behind, and making sure that the snowballs doesn't get them. So very good plays by AlbumSheet.
Yeah, if you look at the last hits though, Slark, 3 and 0. So I guess this aggressive tri-lane, although they aren't getting that many kills, it's kind of serving its purpose anyway. 28 and 11 on ZXC's Troll, 4 and 0 Slark. I mean, he's not getting enough kills to kind of compensate for the complete lack of farm either. So I guess Moscow 5, I think this aggressive tri-lane is still rather fine for them. They're not bleeding heroes too much. I mean, the last time they tried to go aggressive, yes, it went bad, but I mean, I didn't think that Slark would be this far behind, really.
Yeah, honestly, it surprised me. As you mentioned, I was like, wait, what? Oh, you're right. The Troll is completely dominating in terms of last hits, and
I mean, every single lane so far is quite heavily won last hit-wise for Moscow 5.
Yeah, which is really good because as they progress to the mid game, they should have the slight advantage with the Brewmaster and the pretty fed Silencer, I would say, and they can rotate into start getting kills constantly with the Brewmaster Tusk combo and whatnot. So, if they get to the mid game and they're still like this strong, they could definitely turn this around and really turn it into their game.
Yeah, and if they really wanted to, although Silence is rather low on mana at the moment, so might not want to use the Global Silence. Although then again, if you can just secure a kill on Slark with it, why not? If you just Snowball and Global Silence while at it or something like that, it's just going to prevent the Slark from pouncing away from it.
Yeah.
So that might be one way to approach things, as Screen also places down an aggressive ward behind the tier 1 tower. So they definitely want to know what's going on the top lane. As AlbumSheet, their own supports, they're smoked up. Although I think Moscow 5, they should be aware of the supports missing, so Silencer just in the jungle farming up that way. Although he still might get caught here.
Yeah, it's kind of scary. Oh, Global Silence used actually. Silence now in trouble. No, they're gonna stop. Wow. Well, that
honest,
sounds...
I'm not too sure if the Global Silence was entirely necessary, or I'm not too sure if he had vision on King R at that time or not. If Puck had been close by with the Dream Coil, definitely would have been a kill without the Global Silence, but I'm not too sure if just Inquisitor and Bignum by themselves would have had enough even with the Chilling Touch. I just think Necroman was far enough towards his own tower, although now they just want to come again, but this time around Screen left behind a nice observer ward for the Silencer to just get some extreme vision.
I gotta admit that the screen rotation was really unnecessary, but now it's I thought at first, but now it's actually turning out pretty well. They're gonna try starting again, I think. They really want to kill Necroman because he's been solo farming, so it kind of makes sense. They really want to stop his Aghanims, his early Aghanims. And in fact, everyone's rotating down bottom. Afterlife is coming here too. He has Ravage ready as well. He might want to just start out with the Ravage because why not? They have a Puck. Oh, they're actually rotating away. Never mind.
That is a lot of time wasted from AlbumSheet, and it's going to be even more time for Moscow 5 to just pull ahead in last hits. They're already doing so wonderfully for themselves. Brewmaster might be rushing a straight off Blink as well. I mean, has a Magic Wand and Bottle, which should be enough mana regeneration for you to just reliably have Primal Split mana if nothing else. And also about 1k away from the Blink Dagger. Not going to be the fastest one, but since you did go for the Bottle and Magic Wand first, still going to be rather fast, at least if he continues like he has so far.
Yeah. Right now, the Slander could really turn the tides around. I'm just waiting for it. Like once he gets that blink early, they could actually, like you said, Global Silence the Slark and just use him to kind of finish the guy off.
Oh, absolutely. Does use the Dark Bag. Does he want to go aggressive himself? Maybe so. Pounce onto PGG, but Voodoo Restoration doing quite a lot of work. Inquisitor, Paralyzing Cask is there, but with the help of King Gar, they get the kill in the end. But it's only a support. It's not all that bad.
And consider hefty rotations by AlbumSheet's side. Could be much worse by them. In fact, they're going to try to start it. No, they're going to fail. Oh no, Inkchat Russian.
It was pretty close. The Ice Shard's almost properly connected.
I mean, it's Screen, man. It's his favorite hero.
Yeah, I actually thought those Ice Shards are completely going to fail, but Ancient Operation just ran in the right direction all the time. Of course, had he just tried to go a little bit more like that way, then maybe he would have gotten into snowball range instead, so he was just like, try to run as far as you possibly can. Did work out for him, so all is fine. Afterlife in the meantime has cleared up some ancient stacks. Still only 1k after the Arcane Boot, so nowhere near his own Blink Dagger either. Puck looks to be rushing a Blink Dagger, no power chest first, but still needs another 1000 gold as well. So for both sides, some Blink Daggers, for the Brewmaster and Moscow 5, for the Puck as well as Tidehunter for AlbumSheet. They are the crucial items to pick up, and probably that will kind of signal the start of the proper mid game.
And now we're going to see a smoke gank by the guys at Moscow 5. Seems like they want to get Inquisitor, and he's in a really bad position. I think they see him. They're going to go snowball into him. Oh, Inquisitor's in trouble right now. They're using the Stomp, and that's going to be a dead Inquisitor. Yeah, one last crit is going to finish him off. The Dream Coil comes in from King R. The Global Silence just to prevent him from doing anything. Oh, it's really bad. The Pausing Cast between two people is going to hit them a couple times, but it's going to stop now. King R now in trouble. Could be time to the Spirits. Just the Fire Spirit is too much damage. And one more hit ought to do it. Oh, he's actually managing to silence them. Really beautiful plays by King R. Now they're still going to go on him. Can they actually finish him off? Oh no! Puck there finally with that slam just killing him off. Meanwhile, Stark actually manages to get a kill on PGG. And now Tusk is in enemy territory. Screen is in a lot of trouble. I don't think he can get out of this one. They have the Chilling Touch as well. The tower's probably going to finish him off. He's trying to go for the Ancients most likely. Go Screen. He's trying to run away and he's actually managing to do so. Those boots saving him. The other support's actually not managing to reach him. Is Screen going to go for the Ancients? No! He's going for the big money. He doesn't even care anymore. He's trying to get out of here and no, he's not going to manage it. Very greedy play by Screen.
Yeah, I think for a second he thought he's going to go deny or try to deny himself to the Ancients. Because here, I think he made like a small step towards the Ancients, then he was like, no, I can outrun them, they haven't caught up to me. But, well, he still got Pincer. I guess somewhat space creative because a lot of heroes were chasing him at the time, but in the end, I think it was a 2-for-2 trade. So Moscow 5, they started off strong. Also, just killing off the Puck took them so damn long, but the Puck though, he used the illusory orb or the chaunt to the orb a little bit too early, so he was exactly caught in the ice shards. Had he gotten over it immediately, would have been an easy escape, I think. But still, looking at the net worth, the 3 highest farmers are on Moscow 5's side. Of course, the next 5 are on AlbumSheet, although the support difference isn't all that high to begin with. But Moscow 5 supports they haven't done a crazy amount. I mean, the Tusk is usually a little bit more impactful for Moscow 5 than it has been this game.
I agree with you. I think, I mean, Screen has been quite shut down though. Like his advances always get shut down by, you know, the evasive Slark and the puck and whatnot. It's kind of hard for him. You saw how evasive the puck can really be. And the Witch Doctor, I think, is the lowest impact here. Oh, actually, they're going to go on King R. King R, I don't know if he's in trouble. There's a lot of damage going on his way, but he's going to be able to jump to the orb. He should be fine. No snowball. There's a snowball actually going on. They have ice shards as well. Is King R in trouble? It's hard to know. Oh, there's one final hit, plus that beautiful silence. Now the Death Ward as well. Afterlife is going to go down next. That's really bad. And now Screen trying to kill Apathy first. Oh, now imagine to get that. But no punch for Screen. Okay. Well, Apathy has to now run away and realizing that he's in trouble, and meanwhile they're going to try to pursue him. That snowball, oh, a little bit too risky. Now they're going to put themselves in a really bad position. Screen dying there completely. Nothing to do. In comes Steiner, has an ultimate, but not going to use it. Realizes it's too dangerous. They're going to take the tier 1 tower instead. Wow, what do you think of that snowball there?
Suicidal. That was definitely way too aggressive by him. Of course they were feeling good, I mean they just got 2 kills, one with the Global Silence helping out a little bit, although Ravage was off cooldown, or on cooldown anyway rather. But still, I mean, you lose a Tusk, I guess it's not all that bad because you got the tier 1 afterwards. It could have been a little bit cleaner with you not snowballing that way, but I don't think it's gonna hurt them all that much by the end of it. And in the meantime, the Apathy on the Slark has picked up a Midas. This is pretty much a complete recovery Midas. Do you think it was even a worthy choice, or was it kind of a necessity for their team?
I personally would have gone for the Blink. I think it's as useful as a Midas for the Slark in this recovery sense because you can start getting kills and whatnot. And I think with the Puck and the Tidehunter, which are soon getting their... Oh, actually, Puck, not even soon. The Tidehunter maybe... They're relatively soon, I guess. Considering, considering goal per minute, probably 3 minutes, 4 minutes at best. So relatively soon. And you can start ganking much better with that. So I think it would have been a better choice.
Well, they will get it within the next 3 to 4 minutes, only if they don't die again, but the last 2 deaths were on the Puck and the Tidehunter, and you can't really allow that to happen. You need your Blink Daggers to be online. At least, I mean, it wouldn't be that bad if Moscow 5 didn't have the Blink on Brewmaster, but he's had it for some time now, even has a Haste Room bottled up. Still has the Primal Split as well, and Global Silence will come off cooldown in 10 seconds, and look at the farm on Necroman. He is 1.3k short of the Aghanim Scepter, so he's gonna get it like 18-19 minutes in if they get like another tower down as well during that. So this Aghanim Scepter Silencer is just going to be so scary.
Yeah, it's quite important. Actually, they're gonna go Big Num now in the middle lane, and he's actually evades the Ravage here. Beautiful split there. The Snowball also evades the Puck, but nothing gonna happen here yet. No one died. Big Num still alive somehow. Screen actually finally going down to Puck, and Big Num finally maybe 2 more hits ought to do it. And actually no, Thunder actually manages to split between before he gets the kill, and yep, that's 2 guys dead for nothing.
Well, that was an epic fail kind of from Moscow 5. I mean, they had a haste run on Brewmaster. He felt so confident. Not too sure if he missed his Thunderclap or he just didn't use it or what before the Primal Split.
Yeah, that was weird. I didn't see a Thunderclap at all.
You know, I don't really know what happened with that. Maybe he like Thunderclap before the blink or something messed up that way. Not too sure, but definitely over aggressive there, and they paid with it as well. But they got the tier 1 in the end, so I guess still Moscow 5, they keep getting okay trades, even though they should be getting great trades. Or well, maybe not even trades, but just great things for themselves. But still, Necroman is farming, so is the Troll. I mean, ZXC is up to 7k plus net worth. Gonna go for the SNY. And he actually has it finished if he wants to purchase it up. Unless it's a casual Yasha into BKB.
I maybe. Honestly, I don't think he's gonna do anything with it. Oh, now they're gonna go on Afterlife. He's in trouble. Gonna be able to dispel the last word. Oh, that death word just to make sure that he can kill him. And that's a dead Tidehunter. And try and use the Ice Blast to push him off, but use the Global Silence. And yeah. I think it's a casual Yasha. I can't imagine it being Sanjin Yasha. I think they need the BKB far too much.
Yeah, he probably would have finished up the SNY anyway since he had the goal for it, so
Yeah.
BKB is incoming definitely. I think he kind of needs it, like I mentioned, but Slander going for King R. The Ice Shards are there, don't catch him completely though. So that Ice Shard saved him for a little while. The Snowball nicely dodged, but the Walrus Punch will be there, and that's plenty of damage. But Yapathy, he comes in the clear of this ZXC Troll. So that's a huge kill. Can Yapathy go for more though? Shadow Dance already in cooldown, so maybe don't go in solo, man. But the Ice Blast will connect on Necroman. They need so little more to make him shatter. Wave of Terror doesn't even connect. So in the end, it is going to be a 1-for-1. They do defend the tower though as well.
Yeah, that was a pretty, I would say, a pretty good trade on the AlbumSheet side, honestly. I mean, they had to invest a lot of things, but they managed to get the tower. They got a 1 kill for another kill, and it was a kill on the Troll Warlord, so, I mean, it wasn't bad for them. Honestly, they're managing to survive without the blink, the crucial blinks on the Puck and the Tidehunter.
Yeah, Tide went for a mech instead. I mean, if Puck had the blink dagger already, it would be a little bit more acceptable to me. Although mech can turn the tide, especially since in the global silence, otherwise you can't do anything. You can't use spells or something. But at least you can pop the mech to try to survive the global silence and then retaliate.
Yeah. That I don't know. I think the blink would have been a better option here. But I see the usefulness of the mech, to be honest, especially against the global silence, like you said. So, would you have gone for blink or mech?
I think I would have gone for blink just because man, mobility is everything on a Tide Hunter in most cases. But
Yeah, I agree.
or at least I mean, if the Puck had blink already, it wouldn't be that big of an issue. But they need some form of initiation or proper counter initiation, and so far they just haven't been able to position themselves properly in the fights. And now Moscow 5, they're gonna claim the tier 1 in the end anyway. Even the battle trance used for that by ZXC. So another tower down, that makes 3, whereas AlbumSheet, they haven't been able to claim a single one yet.
Yeah, that's quite bad. Moscow 5 is really taking the dominance here. And Slark now going for the blink dagger. Wow, that's actually quite quick, to be honest.
Yeah, he's number 2 in net worth now. Kill KDA 403. Where the hell, I mean...
It's the Midas, man, I guess. I have no other explanation.
Even in last hits, I mean, he's still 30 behind the troll, but...
Puck has blink now.
This catch-up Midas has been worth it, but Afterlife, never mind. Just blink Thunderclap by Slander and that's about it.
Well, now they have the proper items though. Puck with blink. I mean, Bank on Tide is also pretty big. And blink on Slark might be able to turn this around next fight. Well, I mean, we're gonna see now. Depends on if Moscow 5 wants to engage. I would honestly wait for the Aghanims on Silencer.
Yeah, I was just about to say that as well. I mean, why the hell take a risk? I mean, I guess just Global Silence, it does more or less the same, just without the damage. I mean, they don't really lack for damage, especially if the Death Ward should be there. And actually, one thing we didn't even talk about is Global Silence. It's just like about 3 seconds of, or 3 or more seconds of just free time for you to just activate the Death Ward.
That's true, because there's no way for them to stun you until they get something like Abyssal.
So they definitely have the damage, although they aren't just pressing the issue. The tower is low enough as it is, and it's not in deny range yet. So it's at the perfect just ranged tower, almost in deny range, not quite though. So Moscow 5, they can finish it up rather easy if they want to, and they don't really have to force themselves into it yet. And Aghanims is flying out for a Necroman, although Curse of the Silent isn't even maxed out at this point.
Yeah. That's interesting, considering he's gonna rush Aghanims. Don't know what to tell you there. I mean, but now the Aghanims, the main thing is the damage, so I don't really know what to tell you here.
I mean, it used to increase the duration as well, but that was changed in the recent patch. Although the Apathy looks like he wants to come in Afterlife. He's around as well. He's acting as bait, but Puck, will he jaunt into the orb? Yes, he will. The Ravage Cousin comes out. Global Silence, but the Snowball saves them all. Puck goes down Afterlife. He will get stunned up. Walrus punched down as well. Even the Maledict is there with the Death Ward coming out. It's going to be an easy 2 kills for them. Venture Spirit up in the air with the Cyclone. He's going to go down next. The tower will take a fall, but there's the Death Ward. Still doing damage, although Screen will lose his life. Inquisitor will swap the Apathy. But it's a 3-for-1 and the tier 2 down, plus the Apathy might lose his life as well. A few more right clicks, he is gonna take a fall. Intelligence stolen by the Silencer. It was a decent-ish initiation from AlbumSheet, I want to say. But just Tide, had he had a blink, would have been so much better. And the Snowball, man, it just completely resetted the fight.
Yeah, that was a really good snowball plus screen. On top of that, I mean, you can see the power of this Moscow 5, just the fact that they got the key items much more so. They're, I don't know, the power of the Brewmaster as well now that's early, and the fact that this Troll Warlord is actually really, really farmed. He's gonna get his BKB soon. I mean, he's BKB now. He just needs the courier to bring it to him. I mean, it's pretty insane. Actually, now King R starting killing the Brewmaster right off the bat. Can they get any other kills? They possibly can kill Troll Warlord. Has no source of reach in here. But now comes the Witch Doctor. Good job by him. Trying to heal him up a little bit. And nobody's going to die for now. Necroman is probably the one in trouble. He's trying to run away, but he's quite slow. No gush up yet. Oh, there's the swap. Necroman now in a lot of trouble. There's a stun, and wow, too much damage to count. The silencer's going to go down. But he has an Aghanims, so I think he should be happy. And level 4 Curse to the Silent, by the way.
They are giving away Roshan now, most likely though, so...
That's true, that's pretty bad.
Those were some really key kills from AlbumSheet. Most of them were set up by King R coming in as a puck solo, 1v4 there. Just nice stream coil as well as just chaunting away to the orb, to the high ground, so... Nicely done by King R. The apathy has the Aegis now, the safety of it for the next fight. I mean, still his damage output isn't all that scary, just because, I mean, he's hitting for 93 damage. I mean, I guess Dark Pact 10 pounds is most of his damage anyway earlier on. But now with ZXC having a BKB, for example, what's actually going to kill the troll unless he just activates the BKB way too late? King R now, well, he played well, but now he just kind of randomly died there in the mid lane.
Yeah, that was a pretty bad position for him. I think I don't know what he was expecting. I think he miscalculated something. I guess I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he was playing a little too aggressively. He had an Invis rune. Maybe he was planning to use that. I don't know. Anyway, the important thing to mention on Troll is that usually, like, he's not as tanky because he doesn't have any lifesteal items yet. Usually you see at least a Mask of Madness on a Troll right now. So, I don't think it's that hard to bring him down if they can get him with at least one stun. It should be okay, even with his BKB. And right now they're going to take this tower easily, but it should back now. And I hope Troll gets his Mask of Madness soon. Otherwise, I
mean,
think
they have the Vladimir's offering on Slander though, so they have some form of lifesteal for him at least.
That's true. If he stays in melee range, that is true. Fair enough. Fair enough. I actually didn't consider that.
Still, it's for the ZXC. It's if you can activate the Ravage or BKB before the Ravage, you're gonna be fine as well. Yep. All Global Silence baited, so Global Silence for Shadow Dance. Man, I guess he'll take the trade any day.
Yeah, that was actually a really good trade. Ulti trade, I guess. I guess it dealt some damage. I don't know. That's pretty much what he got out of the Global Silence.
Bignam on a TP out will succeed as well before Moscow 5 find him. And actually, Ancient Apparition is pretty damn close to his own Aghanims now. Now,
actually, Moscow 5 is in trouble because now they're going to be counter-ganked here with a smoke. Oh, ZXC is actually in trouble using his BKB though. Very smart move on his part, but he needs someone to help him out here. He can't just solo him alone. Oh, he's trying to run away. He's being really kited here. Can he get Inquisitor? Now Screen actually managed to kill. Oh, the Ravage just barely grazes both of them. And that's going to be a dead troll. Can they get Screen now too? He's pretty fast with those phase, and he got blinking well. He's probably going to get away, unless they can get a good gush on him, but most likely not the case. Yeah, that's a... Oh, meanwhile, Brewmaster actually kills the puck using his ultimate. Pretty good. I guess that's a pretty good trade, actually.
And Slark even lost the Aegis there as well, so... They were too spread out. I think AlbumSheet, once they got Moscow 5 to kind of spread out, with, I think it was the Tusk and the Troll Warlord being on one side, I think AlbumSheet should have just rotated or just circled back kind of with the puck as well as the Slark as well, instead of fighting against 3 heroes by 2 or as 2. So they got a little bit overeager there. I think they should have just gone for this 2 secure kills and just not take any risks. Now they just fed away intelligence to the silencer. They lost their 2 heroes, and this Slark, he needs to get so freaking huge in this game to carry it.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, Troll Warlord is a pretty solid hero late game. He's not as good as a Slark, but he's pretty good. Like, he's not the worst, but carries. And this Slark is not even close to being farmed despite his Midas or anything of the sort. And he relies, Slark is a hero that relies a lot on snowballing. So I don't really know how he's really going to carry this game. But, I mean, he has to, but, like, I don't see it happening in the near future. Unless they start getting a lot of kills on this Slark or anything of the sort, he's going to have a hard time.
Well, at least now, Ancient Apparition does get himself the Aghanim Scepter, and Bignam, he actually hasn't died this game so far. That's rather impressive. Of course, the ultimate is still level 1 as well, just because he hasn't been close to the kills that they've gotten. but it's not all bad. Miyagi Scepter 17-second duration is pretty damn sick. Really hard to go up against, to be honest. But looking at the metrics, the graphs, it's about a 6k net worth lead for Moscow 5. XP only about 800, and it's gone up and down quite a lot in this game. So XP wise, AlbumSheet, they're kind of on par with Moscow 5. It's just Moscow 5, they have a couple extra crucial items, but this game is by no means over. I mean, there's going to be a blink now finally on the Tidehunter as well. So that's going to be awesome. At some point in the game, unless the game ends before, there's going to be double Ravage as well. Of course, double Ravage against double Global Silence. Usually double Global Silence comes out ahead.
Double Global Silence is going to come out first, and honestly, ever since the nerf to the Ravage damage, the double Ravage is not as strong as before, because the stun is not insane. It's pretty good, but it's not that insane for the Refresher. It's mostly this huge amount of damage before. And now that Global Silence with Refresher, I think it deals insane amounts of damage. I think it's better. And if you can pull it off earlier, there's no way you can pull off the Ravage. So
I think that's probably like the biggest aspect of it, that you just cannot Ravage. You kind of have to go for a BKB, but even if you go for a BKB, the second Global Ravage, or second Global Silence rather, will still go through it. Global Ravage, man, what am I saying? How sick would that be?
That would be not sick.
But of course, if it would like expand out like his normal Ravage does, it would take ages to reach the other part of the map. But still, it's like suddenly random tentacles appear. You're like farming the jungle, Ravage.
Yeah, that would be kind of scary. I don't really want to.
If at any point Tidehunter suddenly isn't played competitively anymore, now Iceprog knows what buff to do.
Okay, you heard it here first, guys. Actually, Ravage gets pulled out right now. Not global, but still pretty strong. In fact, the Snowball gets used on the Tidehunter now. He's going to be Walrus Punched as well. Plus the Death Ward. That's going to be 2 guys dead already. 2 of the cores. The Inquisitor now going down as well. Slark tries to buy back to try to salvage these towers, but the Brewlings are still somewhat alive. And the Troll Warlord is still okay. He should be getting a heal from Witch Doctor soon enough. That ultimate from the A is really strong, but not enough to kill any of them. And they're actually all going to TP away. Wow.
It's just the Puck not being in there. I'm not too sure where Kingar was. If he had followed up immediately with like a Blink, Waning Rift, Illusion Orb, and the Dream Coil after the Ravage, with the Ice Blast connecting as it did, it would have been like guaranteed 2 kills minimum there. But instead they lost 3 heroes, I think. Yeah, they even had to buy back on Slark as well. So Slark, who wasn't too rich to begin with, is even less so now. Also has an Overclub, so looks to be going for a BKB.
Yeah,
he's not going to be threatening at all, almost.
That's really bad. A Slark needing to go for the BKB is just horrible, because he's already not dealing any damage, and now you go for the BKB, he's just going to add to the no damage it deals. Like, sure, you can live as long as you want in team fights, but first of all, a troll can bash you to oblivion if you don't pounce around and stuff, and you have no way to deal with the troll because you have no damage on the Slark. So I think that's the major flaw. Troll now actually finishing his Sanjay and Yasha, I'm pretty sure, and he got a blink too. So he's going for a mid-game / early-late game oriented build, so they're gonna finish this now.
Yeah, it's probably within their grasp as well, especially if PG should finish up his Aghanim Scepter as well, about 800 gold short of it. So if they get that as well, they've been using it pretty nicely so far. I mean, it has done so much damage, with or without the Global Silence being used simultaneously. So, really impressive plays by Moscow 5, all in all, have come out so far. Yapathy though in a lot of trouble, the Walrus Punch comes out, Maledict is there already. The one thing that Yapathy cannot get rid of, Ice Blast will come out in return. They're gonna go for the Snowball, maybe a little bit too late then. Mech is there from Afterlife, Apathy should be fine. So they almost got him, but with, I think it might have been a full Magic Wand Nevermind screen. He gets stunned by Inquisitor, but there's the Death Ward coming out. Is it gonna be enough with the Global Silence? It most certainly, even the Apathy is rather low, but he will survive it. No dots on him or anything. Also, ZXC blinks forward, doesn't connect on the whirling axis, neither of them. One more right click though will finish the trick anyway. ZXC is man fighting Afterlife, pops the BKB, Ancient Seal, or not Ancient Seal. The freaking Frozen Sigil still slowing them down, finally gets killed by Afterlife. But that was just pretty much supports going crazy for Moscow 5.
Yeah, honestly, that Witch Doctor ultimate was key. He almost killed the Stark, and that blink on the Troll Warlord, finishing him off, really good. I mean, missed on the whirling axis, which is a pity, but still. And that could allow Troll to finish his Sanjay and Yasha. Oh, the region going to play GG, and now King R actually in a lot of trouble because this silencer deals a lot of damage to his glaives. He should be able to finish actually the Puck. No, the Puck is just a blink away. And that Maledict dealing a lot of damage, but not enough. The Puck trying to blink away again, probably. No, he doesn't need it. Okay.
He just dodged 1 tick's worth of damage of the Maledict. But now Brewmaster, he even has an AC finished. I absolutely love Aura Brewmasters with the Vlads and the AC. They just give so much to the team, and they are just so damn tanky as well with the Drunken Brawler and the Drunken Haze both. So I don't know, man. AlbumSheet, they're gonna have to pull out something magical to win this, I think.
Honestly, yeah, haha, because Assault Cuirass gives you physical protection, so any magical damage. Anyway, I really like the Aura Brewmaster too. I think it's much more useful than the usual I don't know if it's usual anymore, actually. I don't see it as much, but the Agonist Brewmaster, it relies less on snowballing. It's much more consistent in this case, and honestly, that plus the Troll Aura should be able to melt down Travelers easily.
Yeah, and now Brewmaster can maybe even go for like a Basher into Abyssal Blade or something like that. So, built-in crit already there, AC for the minus armor, Battle Trance for the extra attack speed as well. Even Brewmaster can actually be somewhat of a right-click carry later on in the game. Also, Necroman just finished up the Refresher Orb. It's flying out to him as we speak, so double Global Silence. How do AlbumSheet take this on? I mean, they're gonna have to bait out at least one of the Global Silences and not lose anything while doing it.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. It's in a really bad position here. I think it's all up to the Slark before he could get a trade for the Shadow Dance. Oh, actually, they're going to go on him now. Never mind. He's going to be Walrus Punch to death. And, I mean, before they could get a trade, like I said, with the Shadow Dance, maybe it's his job to do so, but even so, he can't do it. It's up to the Ancient Apparition, I think, with his ultimate to stall as much as they can, and then get some farm, maybe on the Slark.
I'd like to say that this was a semi-baited Global Silence because he was dead regardless, although Moscow 5, they couldn't know for sure just because if he gets the Shadow Dance off, he's safe, but this Global Silence more or less accomplished nothing, so I guess it's fine for AlbumSheet, or I don't know, it's just so bad for them that I'm trying to just find like the minor positives that are there for them.
I don't think it's over for them just yet, just because Moscow 5's builds are very much, don't transition that well into making, because it's not how they're made. But it's going to take quite a while for the builds to not matter. In fact, King R just being completely destroyed here, oh my god. It just goes to Troll after destroying the Erosion. And I think this is going to be the GG. I think they're going to push to win now.
Oh, if the Puck had just gotten off his Silence, for example, and the Dream Coil, maybe they would have gotten the Troll kill and the Brewmaster as well, potentially, even just because the Ice Blast, it was beautiful, it connected on 4 heroes. But now that the Ice Blast just wears off, suddenly PGG is there with a level 3 Voodoo Restoration. Has his Aghanim Scepter now finished up as well, has plenty of mana to use the ultimate if need be. They will have the 1 Global Silence if they want to use the Refresher, or otherwise 45 seconds for the first one. ZXC, another Ice Blast does blink away, although it still connects or flies over him. But
that's actually quite unfortunate.
Anyway, what do you think of Maelstrom Troll?
I don't mind it. I think Troll is, any attack speed item on Troll is pretty good. I personally like building more, I don't think Troll needs that many items. I think building him a little bit more tanky and stuff like that is better. Getting in a, perhaps an Abyssal is kind of good actually, just for the lockdown, even though his bash don't stack. I think Troll utility is a little bit better than Troll carry, but, you know, in this case.
Yeah, I guess in this game, just relying on silencer carry, especially if you're going for the utility build yourself for the double silence. The Troll, he needs to be the heavy hitter. I think I maybe would have preferred just straight Crystallis into Daedalus, something like that. Yeah. But like I said, I mean, any kind of attack speed is still fine. Maelstrom, just you farm creeps a little bit faster, push lanes faster. But now Battle Trance is there. Blink forward, Promise Split with the Thunderclap. It's just complete zoning duties for the Brewmaster. Global Silence even used as well. Oh, it was for Afterlife. The Snowball is there. If they can kill Afterlife, Ghost Scepter does just save his life for a little bit, but Screen still wants to chase him down. Afterlife. There's the Walrus Punch. Will they bring him down? The Apathy. His BKB already used. He didn't do anything. The Slark, he just got owned during a BKB. The Afterlife now. He cannot really pop the Ravage just because, well, it wouldn't really hit anybody or maybe then one hero or something. Now they're gonna lose Rax. Tidehunter doesn't have buyback. Couldn't even get off his Ravage. This is just kind of a disaster.
Yeah, the racks are melting down right now. I mean, do they still have? No, they don't have a global silence right now, but and they have no ultimate. So that's, I guess, the best about it.
Oh man, this... I'm not too sure, but I think the Slark probably, I mean, he activated the BKB and then got global silenced, I think. So yeah, that's just GG call. It's such an anticlimactic GG call, but they just realized that they cannot fight against double global silence with the items that they have, and just... AlbumSheet, I think their lineup was pretty damn good, but the aggressive tri-lane, although it didn't get too many kills from Moscow 5, it completely shut down the Slark anyway.
Yeah, I think that was the key part of the game. If the Spark couldn't gank and whatnot, that kind of lost them the game. So well played by Moscow 5.
Yeah, so Moscow 5 taking this one game advantage, definitely well done by them. We'll see if AlbumSheet can strike back for game number 2, since this is a best of 3 after all. And well, winner of this series will go to face My Insanity in the final of Season 4. Whereas the loser completely out. Of course, still will be in Division 1 for the next season anyway. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed the game as well as the cast. If you did, you can follow us on HeflaTV for more content. And for the casters personally, it is at Coucher for me, at the Swordfish for my co-caster. It is also in the title of Twitch, so you can check us out, leave us some feedback, whatnot, and see you guys for game number 2.